Yeah, I'm living my best life. Made a couple M's, you know. Said I'm living my best life. Said I'm living my best life.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Random Opinions, Reaction, and Reviews. If you don't know who I am by now, you gotta get with the program. Today I'm coming to do a review on the episode that aired on General Hospital. Today's date is July 26th. Then without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So we open up with scenes between Nina and Valentine. And she is excited because the Crimson issue is doing better than she expected. And she made all the right moves. She's happy that she put her feelings about Ava aside and was able to create this masterpiece, such to say. Valentine is happy for her. And so she tells him that she invited Jax out to dinner to their house. And Valentine wants to know, why did you do that? We need to keep him close. We need to see what he knows about Cassandra. And then they get into talking about how Nina made the wrong call when she decided to let Valentine cover up that was actually self-defense. She believes that she made the wrong move, but now they're just pretty much trying to cover their tracks and find out what Jax knows. While they're talking, Ava shows up, and she is pissed, you guys, at this freaking magazine cover issue that's come out, and it's just portraying her to be such a bad person. It's put all her dirty laundry out, how Kiki and her were involved with two of the same men, Morgan and Griffin, and the complete fallout. And Ava's not liking that, and she says she's gonna sue Nina for defamation of character. Valentine butts in, and he's like, Nina was actually very generous because she could have mentioned Nicholas, how he was on the run and, you know, let somebody else go down for his murder and da 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 da. And she was like, oh, you want to bring up Nicholas? How about bringing up the fact that you killed him right in front of me? And Valentine has said, he keeps on bringing up this doggone affidavit. Like, she's supposed to have her mouth shut on that. But if you're going to convict her like she's such a bad person, why she can't bring up your dirty laundry, Valentine? Like, you are not a perfect person. The fact that everybody in this freaking town goes in on Ava is beyond me. Like, it's beyond me. Ava is the one that's being pretty much ganged up on, kicked and punched by multitudes of people for no reason. Whatever happened between her and Kiki, that's what happened between her and her daughter. It has nothing to do with anybody else. You know, and I understand, you know, Ava did some bad things. She hurt some people. She's killed some people. But he who is without sin, let them cast the first stone. And nobody can cast the first stone in Port Charles. That's all I'm saying. Nina tries to work Ava, pretty much telling her, look at this issue. We usually get about 400 comments. We got 2 million comments. And a lot of the people, the comments that Ava read were people that was on her side and respected her being a bad bitch, you know? And Ava was liking it. And then she comes across this comment that, you guys, it said if Ryan Chamberlain didn't kill Kiki, you know, Ava glamorizing her grief would have. And then it gets Ava right back on track, because for a minute she was falling for it. And once she read that comment, it was like, look, screw you. You tricked me, and you will get what you deserve. She also tells Nina, and I was like, yes, she went out like a boss, basically. She said, you know what, you got this one this time, I give you that. But it's important to know, you up on this high horse, you got a daughter, a beautiful one at that. You got a stepdaughter, a beautiful one at that. You're married, you have this big company. She says, you come a long way from that crazy, pathetic, Shady Brook woman that was out to steal my baby, you know? And left out, she said, look, you sitting on your high horse, don't look down, because it's a mighty hard fall. I'm like, yes, Ava, yes. Ava is not one to be toyed with. That's all I'm going to say. She is not going down without a fight. And best believe she will find a way to get back to Jax, Carly, and freaking Nina. Just watch. Ava is a baddie. I'm telling you that. That's all I'm going to say on that. We have scenes today with Jax and Hayden. He wants to meet with her so that they can get everything together for this meeting that they're supposed to have at Windermere with Nina. And Hayden wants to know, basically, does it make you suspicious that Nina has invited you? And he's like, yes, but we're going there to get this job done. And so they decide to keep on acting like they're in a relationship. But he wants to do it so that he can get ahead of whatever plan they have going on, versus why Hayden wants to do it. Hayden, she wants to do it because she wants to, get Finn's attention. So Jax says, you know what, we're going to act this way, but let's keep it professional. And then Hayden leaves. We had scenes today with Franco and Elizabeth, and they're in with Liesl, and they're talking about the person that pushed her. And the PCPD no longer thinks that she just fell. They think somebody did push her. So they bring the photo for Liesl to see. And she looks at it, and she's like, what do you want me to ID from here? I can't ID anything. And they say, look, we believe that a man pushed you. If we can go over everybody that you have a problem with, all the men, and find out who this assailant is. But at first, Liesl was still trying to say it was Hayden. And Franco was like, for God's sakes, it wasn't her. She has an alibi, and she's not a man. And then Liesl says that she could put on a man's shoe. I'm like, Liesl, you a mess, girl. Franco leaves out the room, and then he runs into the psychic Chelsea, you guys. And Chelsea tells him, she just stops him and is like, Kiki said she's happy that you got out of your own way and is starting to experience some happiness. And she congratulates him, basically. Franco is like, you got that message from Kiki? When? And the psychic tells him, today. She just told me. And so he's like, oh, you're another psychic. Okay, I see what this is. So then he starts to ask her about the message he received from Sibley. Remember the message he received? She told him, soon you may not feel like yourself. And so he wants clarification. And the psychic tells him, I can't really tell you anything, a message that another psychic has received. I can only tell you what the spirits are telling me. And while she's telling him that, she gets, I guess, a beckoning, or she was told something from a spirit. And basically she tells Franco, you guys, she tells Franco, don't take that drive. So now Franco is scared to freaking drive. He don't know what's going on. It just got even worse, you guys. He just is lost. Chase runs into Hayden, and he pretty much wants a reset, a start on their relationship, basically because he wants to get to know her. If this was the woman that almost married his brother, he wants to meet on a better note. And Hayden is all for it. We have scenes today with Nelle and Michael. Nelle calls Michael from Pentonville, and she's being her vicious self, basically saying, look, I want to be close to you because we lost Jonah and we need to be close to each other. And Michael says, okay. And while he's getting off the phone with her, Carly is like, was that Nelle? And he says, yeah, that was Nelle. And she says, why are you going to see Nelle? So he explains to her, look, Nelle was the last person that seen my son alive. She's that last connection that I have to my son. I have to go see her for closure for myself. Not because I'm going to let her manipulate me. Carly was the bigger person. I thought she was going to be ranting about how he don't need to see Nelle and da-da-da-da-da. No, she actually was like, you know what? I trust you. You're grown. I'm going to let you do what you do. And Michael appreciated that. And I appreciated that because I don't want to hear Carly with her holier than thou. I like when Carly can be understanding and receptive like she was today. It was beautiful. So she is torn up. Even though she didn't mention it to Michael, she runs into Jax. And before they even talk about that, she's happy about this issue. Jax, you were right. I loved every piece of it. Finally, the world can see Ava for who she truly is. And Jax ends up talking about, it was Carly that really pushed Ava to do it because she tried to spite Carly. And because she tried to spite Carly, it backfired on her. So he thanked Carly instead. They get to talking about Morgan. They talk about Jocelyn and how Nelle kidney was taken away from her because of what Jax did and Jax paid her father. So they get to talking about all that stuff, and it's clear that these two, they're in a way better place than they were back in 2011. They have no regrets about their relationship in the past, and they're able to co-parent and continue to be friends, and I like that. So we have scenes today with Nelle and Harmony is telling Nelle about Shiloh. They get to talking about Wiley, and she mentions Wiley's name to Nelle, and so Nelle started to put the pieces together. Like, oh my gosh, this guy, this horrible guy, is my son, trying to take my son away. Like, I have to do what I have to do to make sure my son is safe. So I'm thinking we gonna get the reveal today, you guys. No, the episode goes off. I'm like, oh my god, we gotta wait till freaking Monday. I'm so upset. And then come to think about it, because the way soap operas is, they might not even tell us, you guys. She might, I don't know, she might want to taunt Michael some more and not even tell him. I don't know. Like, I just hope that this is the end of this saga. I'm ready for new storylines. So please, please give us the Jonah Wiley baby reveal. I am tired of all of this waiting and this playing around with this storyline. Like, I'm ready for it to be done. That's all I'm going to say on that. She meets with Michael. She says that she has to tell him something. So, like I said, we'll find out. Ava calls Jax out on pretty much manipulating her to do this magazine. And Jax, he don't have no regrets. Just like Nina don't have no regrets. They are happy with what they've done to Ava. And like Ava said, don't look down. It's a mighty long fall. That's all I'm going to say on that. We had scenes today with Valentine and Liesl Obrecht. And Valentine comes to pick Liesl up because she's going back to Windermere. That's what Nina wants. And clearly, Obrecht don't want that. So he tells her, look, you got to play the game. You got to make sure you keep your words. Stay silent about what you know. And then you'll be okay. So basically, he was trying to threaten her. But you know what? Obrecht ain't want to be toyed with either. Best believe that. Best believe that. So we'll see what Obrecht does, because if Valentine has something to do with her being pushed, she ain't going down without a fight either. Not at all. We have a scene between Ava and Chelsea, and Chelsea, I guess, is the real deal as well. She tells Ava that Kiki still don't want to have nothing to do with her. And she also tells Ava that she was at General Hospital and Kiki told her a message to give to Franco. And so Ava is like, yep, that sounds like Kiki. So she tells her, it's up to you whether you want to believe these messages or not. I hear what I hear. I convey it, and that's all. If you don't believe it, you just don't. You know, so we'll see what happens with that on Monday. We also have a brief scene between Nina and Carly again is gloating, happy about this issue. She tells Nina, look, you guys were great. I didn't expect it to go as well as it did. And while they're talking about that, Nina is like, I need some information on Jax. What can you tell me? So Carly is like, what do you want to know? And she says, Jax, like, at first I thought he was going to try to sabotage me. I just want to know, is he too good to be true? And Carly tells her, look, what you get is what you get with Jax. He will play fair if you play fair. He's not trying to sabotage you. He is a good person. So she puts in pretty much cookie or brownie points for Jax. And Nina, I think that kind of relaxed her a little bit. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, today's episode was kind of interesting. The best scene of the day for me was Nelle and Michael. I couldn't wait, and then they didn't even fully deliver for me, guys. They cut it off, and I gotta wait till next week. I'm so upset about that. So I guess we'll see. Another interesting storyline they have coming up was with Franco. Like, if Franco, which is funny. Freaking Hayden asked Liz to go house hunting with her, but Elizabeth said she had to stay at work. And she also opened up her house for Hayden to come live in, but Hayden wants her own space. Then Hayden leaves, Franco comes, and he's talking about the message that he got from Chelsea. And Elizabeth is like, we could talk about this over lunch. Let's go. And he says, we gonna be walking, right? It's in walking distance, because this man do not want to drive. And I can see, like, that's why you don't get into like this psychic stuff, because sometimes you might get a message that you don't want to hear. So that's all. You guys, let me know how you felt about today's episode. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye.
Hey. I finally made my mind, know that I can't go back broke. They saying that my time up, my back against the ropes. I hustle, got my grind, know that when I make the most. I had faith every night and I never lost no hope.